Was Sonic 3 everything you dreamed it'd be and more?
I mean, it was all right. Welcome back to Full-Time Sonic fans. Sorry, let me just adjust our set back here.
Why don't you just introduce the episode then while you're over there?
We saw Sonic 3. It changed my life.
Full-time Sonic fans.
Yeah, this is the only thing we're talking about on this channel anymore.
Yeah,
is Sonic the Hedgehog.
This is now a fully Sonic dedicated YouTube channel.
Yeah, unfortunately,
whether you like it or not.
Unfortunately, my Prada Sonic suit did not show up in time, so Steven got a kid's large.
Yeah, I did what I could for you.
I actually got for Sonic 3. I got a Sonic tattoo, but it's not in a place I could show you guys on the internet. So.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how much we love Sonic. So
yeah, intro us.
This is Full-Time Movie Fans. Welcome back. Hopefully you're a returning viewer. If not, then get ready for a wild ride because we're talking about Sonic 3. I am your host, and this is the other host.
Michael the Hedgehog.
Michael the Hedgehog.
And this is Jarvis the Echidna.
Jarvis the Echidna. That's me. Nailed it.
That's Steven.
No, I was gonna say, please don't give me an adage to my name. It's
Steven the Two-Tailed Fox.
So we went over it last time. I have pneumonia, and Sybil has strep and a cold. So
yeah, a whole week you've had this?
Yeah, a whole week. I've had the pneumonia for a whole week.
Actually, I already.
Oh no, it's starting.
Maybe we shouldn't have been drinking.
Maybe
out
if y'all
of the same
didn't
drink.
make out.
Yeah, if we didn't make out, look, we gotta keep the on-screen chemistry going. You know.
Oh, true.
If we don't, then what do we have?
If we don't do it in real life, then we're lying.
It's
to our
what
viewers.
sets us
And we're not
apart
gonna
from the
lie to
other
our viewers.
sham movie reviewers.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, unscripted guys. We're unscripted. We have no scripts. Our scripts are non-existent.
Yeah. Our scripts are unscripted.
If you showed up and asked for a script, we would say, "Get out." But also we would say, we don't have any scripts.
So this is where I need to explain to Steven. Steven, Jarvis thinks that saying words are good callbacks to other episodes. So him saying "get out," he thinks is a callback joke to our Get Out review.
Where I said "get out" a lot. It's a what do you call it? It's a bit. It's
Sure.
It's self-referencing.
Yeah, it's a recursive bit.
Yeah. No, it's funny, I swear.
Yeah, exactly.
So I saw this movie before anybody else, which is the truth. I saw it before anybody in this room did.
But yeah, that's true. That is a true story.
By only a few hours with me.
Yeah, well, you weren't even sure if you were going to go see it that night.
Yeah, but once I saw there was a showing at like 10:30, I was like, nah, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
We're going in.
I was, and I think everyone thought I was joking. We were going to go see it at 9 with the shop crew. But I kept on making jokes that were not actually jokes, that I was going to get a 3 o'clock showing earlier in the day, which I did not do. Instead, I played all of Sonic Adventure 2. Great choice. Just so everyone knows, everyone should do that.
To prep for this.
And it was absolutely necessary because of spoilers. So, Jarvis, I'll tell you my first impressions if you show me yours.
So this is the show and tell portion of our channel.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's do it.
There's nothing in here. This is a joke. This is a gag for you audience.
It's funny, I swear. That was a callback.
Yeah. To the joke that you made.
Just moments ago. So I straight up got this popcorn bucket, and let me tell you, there's a story that comes with these. They are not just props that I got for the review, but they're definitely a tax write-off now. So, oh, you don't know how that works, Steven. You don't know how that works, does it?
I don't know, dude. That IRS lady is gonna do a video on this and say, that's not how it actually works.
That's fine. That's
You
fine.
know
we
what I'm
can do
talking
that.
about? Oh, there's a lady. She gets clips of people on YouTube saying, "Oh, and I use this to write it off because
Oh, that's funny.
as soon as I do this, it becomes a work expense." And then she's like, "Actually, that's not how that works." And
That sounds like the Joey Swole of taxes.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. pretty
So
much.
we went to go see the movie, and I have a rule at the Flix Brew House. I'm sorry, Flix Brew House. It's just the truth. Anytime that I eat food that's not just like popcorn, my stomach explodes. It will wreck my entire evening, and like food poison esque stomach pains.
Wait, you're
it's
saying that
crazy.
if you eat food, or
Yeah, if I
eat food?
do eat food that's not just
Really?
popcorn
I
at
have
the
the
brew
opposite.
house.
If I just eat the popcorn and all the frozen sugar water, I don't do well later that day.
That's crazy. So the rule is I can only like get drinks and popcorn, and their unsweet tea is god awful, so I don't get it. So I got a soda and popcorn, and they had the little Sonic popcorn bucket, and I made the joke to Sybil, and I said, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we got this? And she said, you've been talking about this movie since the trailer dropped. You should get the popcorn bucket. And so I did, and it was a great choice. And then I was like, we got the popcorn bucket. I don't need to get the cup too. And then, damn sales tactics. She said, hey, you're getting the popcorn bucket. Do you want to get the cup too? And I said, you know what? Why not? And it lights up.
She sold you so hard.
It lights up.
That was the thing that got you, wasn't it?
And then they showed
light
up.
part.
The popcorn was not in the Sonic head. The Sonic head was actually in a plastic bag. And the cup also didn't have any drink in it. It was also just in a plastic bag.
So no Sonic head.
So no Sonic head. So we had to take the popcorn that was in a different bowl and shovel it handful by handful into the cranium of Sonic here. And I will tell you right now, this is a nightmare to wash. I had to do it. It still smells like popcorn.
Which is not a bad thing.
You smell it.
I love popcorn.
Yeah, but it's also been like that for 4 days.
Maybe that's what
You want to
gave
sniff, Steven?
Maybe that's what gave you pneumonia.
It might have. It might have. That's just the theater part of my experience. We went with a bunch of people. Mitch was actually in the
No
crowd. Shout out
way.
Mitch. Yeah.
No way.
He was like 3 rows behind
Son
us.
of a Mitch.
And it was his birthday. Happy birthday, Mitch.
Wherever you
last
are.
name and social security number and address are. Thank you for switching to Jarvis on that one.
I'm not Mitch.
And we sat there and we watched it, and I had a great time, and I annoyed my wife by leaning over to her multiple times and going, this is a reference to Sonic Heroes. This is a reference to this one, and this is actually
Well,
Sonic Adventure. It's great.
Well, doesn't she do the same thing to you with Marvel stuff? So
Yep, so it's only fair.
Yep, payback.
And she
Payback.
laughed half the time. And my favorite parts were all the parts that you would expect, and I don't know why we're sitting here and talking about this instead of going to go see it again.
Yeah, well, because we can't record in theaters, so.
Says
Steve-
you.
Steven and I actually had this thing going. I told him that if they don't play Live and Learn, the movie's just bad at the end.
Yeah, it was like a.
And not only did they play it, they teased us with it at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then they played it twice,
They turned it into kind
There
of
you
like a motif, if you will.
which worked.
Yeah, it was.
It worked
pretty
really well.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
So your first impressions of
My
Sonic
first
3?
impressions is that it might be a top 5 movie for me.
Really? Because you've said that. Thank you for that. You've said that. Wait, did you say Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is a top 5 movie for
Yeah.
you? And then you've also said
It's
that for
there's Truman Show
The Truman
and
Show, and now
Eternal
Sonic 3.
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Sonic 3, which means there's one missing one, which is, what is it?
We don't have an
Ooh.
ending.
Stay
No,
tuned.
no.
Also,
Definitely not. Which might be reviewed at some point.
Don't say that.
Sonic.
We might review it.
Your Sonic 3 in your top 5. I think a lot of people are gonna not take your top 5 very seriously now.
Hey, ask me how much I care. Go ahead.
How much
I
do you
don't.
care? Okay. Glad we got that out there. We've finished that. Steven, do you want to give your first impression?
First
Sonic 3?
impression. Okay, when you say first impression, do you mean like first impression of the whole thing, or just
Yeah,
first
the whole
impression?
thing. Like when you walked out of the movie theater, if
Oh.
I came up to you with a microphone and said, "What was your first impression of this movie?" It's like that, except we're here and not at the theater.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of these. It fucking banged, brother.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
Live and learn.
yeah. So I'm not quite as big of a Sonic fan. Like I like Sonic, but Michael definitely takes it to like a new level.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just for a little more
Oh,
context.
my newly caught pneumonia. Sorry.
Oh, no. It transmits so quick.
For a little more context, we did a whole go through of how many Sonic games there are. There are 96.
Yeah, something like that.
I've played 3, and that 2 of them are on the Genesis. The other is Sonic Adventure 2. Michael's played 25.
Yeah.
So
and to be clear, a lot of those are
24
a
more
lot
than I
of
played.
the games are like remakes and remasters and like shovelware. Like Sonic teaches you typing. Gotta
just
type
like-
fast.
So just like what Mario does.
Yes, yeah, that's what they did.
Gotcha.
But it was good. As a fan of the Sonic Adventure 2 game, I thought it was, minus a couple things, it was great. Like references to the
Bang on.
yeah, it was awesome. The little bio lizard.
Yeah. The little cameo.
Yeah, the little, what was it? He was like
He was
TV.
Godzilla.
Yeah. I thought that was cute.
Beware
I was really,
the alien from
Yeah.
a different planet.
I was hoping the bio lizard fight was going to be in it, but
It's fine.
it was cool. It was cool. And then as a big music person, Live and Learn is like a banger of a like theme in a song.
He did come back and then wake up the next morning and learn it in like an hour.
I woke up, my eyes open, and I looked at my guitar and I was like, I'm gonna try doing this. And so
So as opposed to Michael, who wakes up and first thing he looks at is his shrine to the government.
And then my wife, in that order.
that's a callback.
Yeah. Get out. No. I'm just kidding.
Nice. Here we go.
Full
it's
circle.
happening.
Yeah. So instead of looking at my shrine to our benevolent government, I look at
His shrine to all of his instruments.
yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay.
If
So,
it's
yeah,
not if
so-
it's not his anime
bang-
figures, it's
so-
the instruments.
So your take is your first impression was it's a banger,
Yeah.
and is it also in your top 5?
For this month.
Yeah, sure. I'm not. I've definitely never come up with like a top 5 movie list just because I like movies, but
But you don't love movies.
There are some movies I love, but I'm not like a movie person. My domain really is music, but there are
Gotcha.
definitely some movies that like I've seen. that-
We'll feature you as a guest on Full-Time Music Fans.
Well, Steven, let me ask you this. Would it be fair to say that you could put Sonic 3 in your top 5 until you've come up with the other ones that would replace it?
Sure, why not?
All right, so
we
see, it's a
gotta
top
make-
5
But
movie.
You know what's
For-
funny is
for 2 of us.
I would say one of my other top 5s, if I had to make a list, one of them would be Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Hands down, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, so Sonic 3 is great. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I liked it better than the first 2. I think it's
I think I agree with that.
I do think that I like so mine would go Sonic 3, Sonic 1 and then Sonic 2.
Okay.
So I just it's one of those movies where again I'm not taken out of the movie in any bad ways. Like my attention isn't drawn away from the movie because of something in the movie. You know what I mean? Like I really dislike when that happens. When I'm watching a movie, some dialogue, something that absolutely makes no sense. What's the word?
Like a fourth wall break?
Continuity. Or like the continuity is like really bad.
Yeah.
Or they, just something weird that takes me out of it. It did not do that. I had a good time. I really, really, love Idris Elba as Knuckles, and Keanu Reeves. I think he crushed it, dude. As Shadow, I think it was really great. voice acting him, and it was just the action was good, the story was good. There was some really heartfelt moments too. So yeah, I mean, I would say it hit all the things that I want in a movie. I mean, it's not for me, it's not a life-changing movie, but it is very
top 10.
I don't know that it would go in my top 10.
Top 20.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. But
top
it's
20 movie.
But hey, I recommend seeing this in theaters. I do. I recommend seeing this.
I think that if Martin Scorsese were to see it, he would say that it's peak cinema.
Peak.
Do you know?
Sonic
are you
Mode?
aware of that meme?
I don't know.
Do you know the
Yes.
peak? Yeah. Okay. I figured you would. Steven? You were gonna say?
Full-time Sonic fan?
Much like actually, I'm not gonna say that.
I kind of want to know what Chris Chan's thoughts of the Sonic 3 movie.
Oh no! You know, I was hoping we could get to one Sonic review without Chris Chan, but I guess we can't.
No, that was not gonna happen. Michael
That's
would
not gonna
allow
happen.
that.
Yeah.
I could have busted out the medallion for the start, but no one. I already have pneumonia, so I
No,
don't
touch
need,
it. Touch
Hey,
it. With
I don't need the Black Death on me.
I think we both have pneumonia now at this point.
I'll pneumonia on you.
She knew on my moan till I. Yeah.
With that
Sonic
in mind,
3.
With that in mind,
Sonic 3
full-time movie
starts
fans.
out. Sonic 3 starts out with Sonic's birthday. They do a little race.
Yeah.
It's not actually how it starts out. It starts out with Shadow being released from being contained.
Released is a weird way to say it.
He breaks out.
Definitely breaks
He breaks
out.
free, like in High School Musical, and beats a bunch of guys up. And then my wife leans over to me and goes, "Shadow's kind of hot." And then we get to Sonic racing Knuckles and Tails, where Knuckles and Tails beat him. That's
mean-
crazy. What's happening? It's because it was all a
Hold on.
setup. It's
let's
his
not gloss
birthday.
over. What is your opinion about Shadow's hotness level?
I mean, it's obvious why people think that he's a better character, and it's not because he is. It's not because he has a fleshed out backstory and some dramatic things that go on to make him more relatable.
You make him. You're sounding like Knuckles in the movie. A far superior hedgehog.
This is a much more formidable hedgehog than I fought before.
I loved all those little jokes that they had in
They're
there
really
like
good.
that. Those were really good.
And so Sonic goes, "You guys remembered," or some shit like that, because he doesn't know.
So wait, let's go back. So you do think Shadow is hot as well, like your wife?
If I were to make a decision on whether or not I think that Shadow is an attractive character, I'd have to say that between the choices of
Aesthetically
yes or
speaking.
no, aesthetically speaking, I mean, his voice is very attractive. It's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He's got that whole like dual toned hair thing going on
He's
that
got
a
a
lot
gun.
of goth girls have. And I mean, are you gonna say you're not a fan of goth girls, Steven? And
Are
and
you?
and a gun.
Are you?
He drives a motorcycle.
He rides a motorcycle.
He's got a troubled past. So yeah, I don't think there's anything unattractive about Shadow the Hedgehog. So Sonic's birthday is interrupted by Gun, our favorite government agency, showing up to go, "We need Team Sonic to help us. There's an outbreak of some weird thing happening in Shibuya."
a much older agency than we were led to believe.
Yeah, it definitely didn't start a couple years ago. It's definitely been 50 years, maybe.
At least, maybe
We could get away.
several
We
thousand.
could get away by saying that maybe the dude was just lying to them in the second movie. I like to think they didn't think ahead.
Well, he's old, so maybe he's senile.
Oh, you're right.
and
Maybe
was
he's
just
old.
like,
just forgot.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
he just forgot that he was the lead on Project Shadow.
He was like hedgehog, blue, black. They're the same to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't see colors when it comes.
I
to
don't like
hedgehogs.
them. I don't like them regardless. They're taking over our country. They're taking our jobs.
He mixed up the timeline from his first hatred for.
He's
for
actually
hedgehogs.
Man, the 50s were
J.
a
Jonah
wild
Jameson.
time.
I need a picture of Shadow's ass on my desk, 7 a.m.
or you'll get your toes licked.
That's also a callback. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That was yours, though.
I need a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog's toes. And I need another picture of someone licking them. On my desk by 7 a.m.
Oh.
Is this where y'all overlay a
love
picture of Sonic's toes?
Yeah, the Sonic feet picture.
Yeah. Make sure you put that in this time.
Yeah. With the Vine boom sound effect.
Hey, chat, can you put a picture of... Oh, wait.
Chat, is this
this
real?
for YouTube. I'm so dumb.
Hey, guys, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, we're going off the rails. So Sonic gets picked up in a helicopter, to which I sat there the whole time going, yes, please. He's in a gun helicopter. They're going towards the city. It has to happen. And then Sonic says the thing that he says
Gotta go fast.
in the game, Steven, in the cutscene. Do you
Konnichiwa?
remember? No. Where he goes, man, no food or movies? This plane's lame. I'm out of here.
Oh, he does say that.
Yeah, and then he breaks off a piece of the helicopter and
Hey, what
uses
are you
it to
doing?
ski down the
that's
street.
right.
But that didn't happen. Instead, he lands down in Shibuya, which is an odd choice, to be honest, but like, sure. And they interact with Shadow the Hedgehog for the first time, to which he walks up on a burning thing.
Describe this interaction a little bit more in more depth, please.
Keanu, as Shadow the Hedgehog, walks up onto a burning pile, to which my wife leans over to me and goes, damn, Shadow's kind of hot.
Quite literally, because he's surrounded by flames.
And says one of the best lines, well, you're a colorful bunch. And then immediately cuts to the three of them. A colorful bunch. Move your arm a little bit. Shit. Don't move your arm.
Okay,
Don't move your arm. Move it back.
You decide what you want me to do, man. Move it or don't move it.
You get the echidna.
Okay.
Okay. And then his tails can go here. This is very important to the review, just so you know. All right.
I'm glad I could be the shelf
Yeah.
for all these.
And then they go, okay, we're gonna fight Shadow, and Shadow is like, why? And Sonic goes, no, we're not gonna fight him. We don't need to fight. And Knuckles goes, actually, I want to fight
Sonic
him.
tries to talk no jutsu him. He tries to Naruto him.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So Knuckles is like, I'm gonna punch no jutsu him.
And Sonic's like, why can't we be friends? He said, you hopped out of a gun helicopter. There's nothing for us to talk about because he doesn't like government. Which is why he's hot.
He doesn't like the gun agency, but from what I
Specifically.
hear, he does like guns.
He does like guns.
So are we anti-Shadow because of his unappreciation for government agencies?
No, I actually also hate government agencies now, and we're all about Shadow.
Okay.
You switched up so fast.
Yeah. And Sonic
Tearing-
goes,
you-
no,
you're
wait. And
You're
then
tearing
they...
down the shrine tonight.
Yeah, it's already down, actually. It's just to post this as All Hail Shadow, which is another banger song from the Shadow the Hedgehog games. And Sonic goes, no, wait, I just want to talk. And then they fight, and he's faster than Sonic. He just teleports. That's the thing with the Chaos
what?
Emerald. Chaos
He
Control.
doesn't have the emerald, though.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, okay. They fooled me.
He just he just teleports. They don't explain it.
Yeah.
But that's his power, is he teleports.
Which is
They
a
might
cool-
explain it
which-
in the Shadow the Hedgehog movie, where I am very interested to see how they introduce Black Doom into this whole thing.
Do you think if they do a release of a Shadow the
Yeah,
Hedgehog
you said
movie,
you do.
they're gonna make
I will get
a
it.
popcorn bucket?
That one I will not have to think about. I will just get it. I'm going to have so much Sonic stuff that at some point I'm going to have like an actual influential person in my home, and I'm going to have to hide it. Or explain it away. Like, no, it's not cringe, I promise. I don't have a child. It's just me and my wife. And I have a bunch of Sonic stuff in my house.
No, I swear it's cool. Please.
No, Switch, cool. You want to listen to Live and Learn by Crush 40? I love Crush 40. So they all get a little sad that they couldn't beat Shadow or catch up to him, which Sonic tries his very best. And Tails goes, "Oh, I know the right place. How dare you? I know a place we can go to go relax." And they go to the Chow Garden, which is this like character cafe where they meet up with the director of Gun to catch up. And they almost get gunned down by some Eggman egg drones. Sorry, the pneumonia's flaring up. That's also a callback.
Sonic excellently avoids the missiles that were shot at him.
Nice, very good. But the director, who was old, did not. And
he took one to the face.
and some motorcycle guy shows up and gets all of the egg drones down.
Super cool.
And just leaves.
Yeah.
And Sonic goes, "Nah, that's no good."
And that's a callback
chases
to
after him.
Jurassic Park.
Yep, that's a callback to Jurassic Park and the Sonic Underground series. Anyways, the director goes, "Wait, Sonic, before you go, here, take this. It's the Iblis trigger from Sonic 06. Shout out to that. You have no idea what I'm referencing. Sonic is the Iblis trigger in Sonic 06.
Nobody knows
to create a volcano demon.
What?
Yeah. That's for Sonic 5, though. We'll wait for Sonic 5 for the Iblis trigger.
Just the idea of demons being in Sonic is insane to me.
Yeah, and they're very prevalent the further in we get.
Which is crazy because it's like, oh, yeah, it's just, hedgehog freeing animals fighting some crazy scientists. And then
aliens.
Demons? Aliens makes sense.
Technically, they are aliens.
Yeah.
They established that in the movie.
Yeah. Demons? The supernatural?
Yeah, the supernatural. Like there's also an entire game where Sonic gets sucked into a storybook about King Arthur and has to fight his way out. And then Sonic and the Secret Rings is basically Aladdin in Arabian Nights. That's pretty cool. And there's an entire video made by Brian David Gilbert that talks about the power scaling in Sonic in the series, and there's a very quotable line where he says, which means with Sonic's power, he could either kill a god or is God, and I don't care if there's a difference. So we'll get there. Sonic 5. It won't be the fourth one. Sonic 5.
You heard it here first. Predictions for Sonic 5.
Yeah.
Full-time movie fans. Full-time Sonic fans.
Full-time Sonic fans.
Yeah. My bad.
So
what happened again?
Sonic tracks down this mystery guitar man, mystery motorcyclist, and it's Agent Stone.
Whoa.
Eggman's henchman / lover.
No way.
And he goes, "Yeah, the doctor's not actually dead. If you need to figure out what's going on, here's where we can find him." And then they go back to the egg crab.
Yeah,
which is this underground base.
Yeah.
Where Jim Carrey is watching novellas and
eating burritos.
Eating burritos and drumming on his belly. And they go, we gotta see what's going on. There's a guy pretending to be Dr. Eggman, and that's not cool.
That's not acceptable.
And that's no good.
Identity theft is a crime, and it affects many people.
Yeah, including Ivo Robotnik. And so they team up where they gotta go find where these things are coming from, and Eggman finds where these things are being located, and they travel there, and it's an old gun base from forever ago. Not 5 years ago.
No, 5 years ago.
50 years ago.
Because ruins don't get that nerdy that quick.
No, not that quick. And there was also a bowl of popcorn that looked like it was freshly made. Do you remember that?
No.
Where they're looking around and Sonic's like, this wasn't just a base, it was somebody's home. And there's a bowl of popcorn with popcorn in it that looks like it's been there for 20 minutes, which is kind of crazy. From the flashback scene that we saw of Shadow of his childhood days in the base. I'll get to that. I'll explain that in a minute. Shadow's got a very tragic tale. But they explore the base, and they get caught by Shadow, and Eggman meets old Eggman, which is actually Gerald Robotnik,
His grandfather.
in the saggy flesh, also played by Jim Carrey, who is 110 years old by what he's saying, which is kind of crazy because in every flashback he already looked old. Like not 60, like 80,
kind of like
90.
Morgan Freeman. I think he's
A little bit like Morgan Freeman.
He's always looked old.
Yeah. But it's also not explained why he's 110 years old. It's just assumed, I guess.
Because of his technology.
Yeah, sure.
It's because of his brains.
Yeah, his brains. Or the shadow quill that he also juices up on, like Eggman juices up on Sonic quills.
Keeps him young.
They both did that.
Did he have a shadow?
Yeah, he had. Yeah, he was licking it too.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
He did. That's true.
Well, I guess we should go see it again so you can re-up your knowledge
We should go right
of the
now.
Sonic
I think-
movie. Yeah, you know what?
Actually,
Hey,
review
this has
over.
been full-time.
See you
This
guys.
has been full-time movie fans.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
joining us. We're going to go rewatch the best movie ever made
Yeah.
right now.
One
You
of
should
top
too.
five best movies ever made.
Some would say top 20.
Yeah. And Gerald goes, "It's me, your grandpappy. I love you. You're my family. You're my only family. We should team up.
Only family?
Yeah, only family, and we'll take over the world together, like two very smart men." And he goes, "Yep, sounds good to me." And then they kiss, and then Sonic goes, "Shadow, wait, don't go with them. They can't leave us here chained up. You don't know what's going on." And Shadow goes, "You're kind of dumb and very annoying," and then puts a black hole bomb on the side of the mountain where they're just trapped there. It's crazy.
To get sucked up by the black hole.
Yeah, and then they use a ring to escape. Team Sonic
To
does.
escape
Their
the
last,
suck.
his
To
last
escape
one.
the last ring.
Yeah.
Sonic's last ring.
Kind of like the last Senju Bean.
Yeah. Or the Last Samurai. From The Last Samurai.
The last of the Mohicans.
And The Last of the Mohicans. Bridge to Terabithia. So, a girl dies in that one. Spoilers.
Oh wow! It's just
jeez.
like Shadow or Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh my gosh. They all copied Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Now I'll tell you the backstory to Shadow in the movie. Shadow was apparently a meteor that crashed into Earth, and then when the meteor dissolved, Shadow was what was left, which is also a crazy. Sure. And then they started doing tests, and they were like, "Hey, this hedgehog's pretty fast. He could
How fast is he?
so fast." And then they started doing tests on him, but then Gerald Robotnik brought his granddaughter because he takes her everywhere. That was the explanation. And she and Shadow become friends,
Besties,
and
I
they
would
watch
say.
movies together, and they hang out in open air together,
Looking at stars and
and-
holding hands
and roller skating.
and talking about life.
They
and
love
what
it.
means.
They love it so much. And at some point, Gunn decided that the project needed to be shut down and all the evidence erased, and so they were gonna try to kill Shadow or contain him or some shit.
Well,
But it backfired, and then an
He was too
explosion
strong.
went off, and Maria dies.
Yeah, he was too strong and they were scared.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Kind of like kind of like Superman.
kind of like Superman. Yeah, yeah.
Especially
Or
with him
Iron
crashing-
Man. Iron Man
or
2.
crashing like him crashing down in the earth like Superman did.
Yeah.
And then they got scared and the government tried to control them and they couldn't.
Oh, like the Flash.
See, everything copied Sonic 3.
Everything copied Sonic 3.
These are the facts.
So that's the
You can't-
backstory. Oh, and then Shadow got locked up in a gun facility in like cryostasis, but it's not cryostasis because he's just in
water.
liquid.
He's just in water.
Yeah, which also is
But
just
there's
kinda
no
weird.
breathing apparatus on him.
Yeah,
But I guess that fits
I
with
mean
the
he's
rest.
the ultimate life form. So
That fits with the rest of the movie because at some point, sorry, spoilers, skipping ahead. Sonic and friends can just breathe in space.
well, they're aliens.
Okay,
Canonically, in the movies, they're aliens.
so they can just breathe wherever they want.
Yeah,
That's
Can't
not
you?
true because remember, right before
Yeah, Sonic can't swim. So
Spoilers.
he can't breathe
And
in
Knuckles
water.
almost drowned in water.
Yeah, so
Spoilers.
they can't breathe in water.
Remember when so Sonic is falling to the earth, Knuckles is about to toss Tails at him. He goes, "Hold your breath." So
Tails cannot breathe in space.
Oh, we found the one chink in
But
the armor.
Sonic absolutely can. No doubt Sonic can.
can he?
He was on the moon.
Okay, they were in super mode. I figured that
No,
was...
when they weren't. They were just sitting on the moon.
That's true. He's right.
Hey
They
man,
were.
can you calm down? You're like causing the microphone.
No. No, Steven, because you're being stupid.
You freaking fricks!
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
This is a Sonic fan reference.
So we found the one. So we
shout
found
out
the
Sammy Sonic fan.
we found the one chink in the armor of Sonic 3 is that there's no consistency on whether they can breathe or not in any environment.
Jarvis, I'm going to need you to shut up. To one of the best movies of all time, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue to say words.
Okay, so
occasionally.
that's Shadow's backstory. That's why he's so mad, is because his best friend died
Maria.
tragically, and then he had 50 years to relive that moment.
he was seething in that anger for
Yeah.
50 years.
For 50, which is, I mean, yeah, fair.
You can't really fault him for being upset.
No, you can't. So Sonic escapes,
Top 5 movie.
and they go, Tom and wife that I can't remember the name of, we need you to help us break into the secret military base and find this other key so that they can't do something with it. Because they still don't know what exactly is happening with it.
Yeah, but they know that they need both keys for it.
They do know they need to get the keys, yeah. But what we learned from Gerald is that the military gun had commissioned him to create a like planet-destroying weapon that they called the Death Star, and it shoots
Everything
a big
copied-
laser beam
Everything copied Sonic
at the
3.
Earth to take out continents at a time. Everything copied Star Wars. Oh, sorry. Everything copied Sonic. Star Wars
Sonic 3.
copied Star Wars. So Star Wars copied Sonic.
Sonic.
Live and learn. Okay, so we're back. We're back. So they come up with a harebrained scheme to sneak into the gun lab where Tom is going to use Tails' hologram who's what's it to disguise himself to get into this obviously well-protected base that people definitely aren't like on high alert because things are happening.
Gun has force fields too.
Gun has force fields that can like disintegrate anything that comes into contact with them. So they're gonna sneak in. Tom's gonna get in there, and they're gonna put a flash drive in some random computer, and then Tails is gonna hack into the mainframe and bring down the firewall, literally. And then Sonic's gonna run in and grab the key from a secret vault, and then they're gonna get out of there. So everything goes exactly to plan. Oh, and Knuckles is there to break glass in case of emergency. That's a very big, important detail.
Yes. He was very excited to break that glass.
And he's so excited to break glass in emergency. Sonic is really impatient, as he is, and it takes a while for
because
Tom
he's
to
got
get
to go
in.
fast all the time.
Right, and so it takes them too long, and at the point at which they get the flash drive into the computer, they're like, is there supposed to be another flash drive in the computer? The Eggmans are already there.
And it's funny because there's literally, it's like Eggman's face
Yeah.
on the flash drive. It's like,
Whose is this?
Yeah, they just like pull back on the camera to show their flash drive like right next to the one that they just planted.
And Sonic's like, all right, time's up. Let's do this. And Leroy Jenkins it.
Oh wait, you forgot the best part. The little USB bit from where they had to blow into the USB to get it to work.
Best. You said it was the best part.
Hey man, you said it was a top 5 movie, so we can all say crazy things.
They put the flash drive in, it didn't work, and they pulled it out, and Tom went, "Oh, hold on, I should probably blow on it." like an NES cartridge.
and Tails is like, it's not been scientifically proven that
And it
worked.
Dude, just proof that
Stupid.
blowing on it will fix most problems.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that
brother.
right, Steven?
You're goddamn right, brother.
You were just saying that before we started this podcast.
What's the demographic of women that watch this again?
Oh man, very few. Very, very few. I can
Time to get those numbers up, boys.
Yeah, is it any surprise to you that the episode that Sybil sat in the seat is one of our highest viewed episodes?
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
Whoa.
I love that.
Anyways, Sonic almost gets fried on his way in because force fields and whatnot.
Tails
Tails has to Sonic heroes him into the thing.
Yep.
A reference only I get in this room. Sorry, guys. And then Sonic goes in, runs in, and oh my God, the Eggmans! What are they doing the whole time? They're dancing to Galvanize, which was awesome.
That was the most unneeded part of the movie that I really liked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did too. I was like, this is a kids movie moment.
Yeah.
I'm into it. It's stupid enough.
A very serious what's it called? I don't know. Production people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure.
You know the terminology. They would have cut that immediately.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they would have just made it in.
It would have been on the cutting room floor, but I'm glad it didn't hit the cutting room floor because they cut up the floor with their dance moves.
They cut up. Yeah, they cut up.
They cut a rug. They cut a rug on the dance floor.
On the dance floor.
There we go.
And the Eggmans got to the vault first, and then Sonic goes, "Hey, you can't have that. Give that to me." And they go, "No, you can't have that." And then some lady from Gun goes, "No, actually, neither of you get it," and put weird gravity stuff on the floor to trap them all, and goes, "This is actually mine now, thanks." And then Shadow shows up at
No. Remember, they're. Yeah, sorry.
Tom and Maddie show up. That's her name. Her name's Maddie.
Yeah.
And they go, "No, we'll get it." And then they're also trapped.
Yeah.
And then
Knuckles
and Tails show up.
He
and
breaks glass because of emergency.
Yeah, Knuckles breaks in dangerously.
Apparently, the force field didn't turn him into charred bits of fur and quills.
Well, it was already down.
Yeah, he got it down by that point.
Yeah. And
that's
then
not Sonic 3's fault. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's your fault. And then Shadow shows up and goes, "I'll take these, thanks," but doesn't. And then he comes in afterwards.
He shows up in the right exact spot to be in front of.
But
Tom.
that's not before Sonic saves everybody from getting impaled by rubble, which is pretty cool. And that happens after Knuckles breaks the machine and everybody gets stuck.
Yep.
And so they fight for a bunch of stuff, and then the lady gets away with both of the keys, and then Tom goes, "I have an idea," and he turns into the old guy from Gun and goes up to her and goes, "Good job. I'll take that back now." And she goes, "No, and he said, "That's an order." And she gives it to him, and he goes, "Wow, that really worked." And then he meets Shadow in the hallway.
Don't forget the little jig he did.
He did a little jig.
Once he got the key, he was like, "I did it."
And then he meets Shadow in the hallway, and Shadow's like, "You're the guy who fucked up my entire life." And he goes, No, I'm not that guy," and then gets judo chopped in the neck.
No, he Falcon punches him.
He does Falcon punch him in the ribs. And Tom may or may not be dead. Who knows? Sonic shows up and he goes, "What did you do?"
He wasn't showing too many signs of life after that punch for a little bit. So.
Yeah. And Shadow gets a flashback to him being by Maria's side.
But
I'm talking about a serious part. You're going to say a really bad joke? I swear to God,
Shadow. You think he's dead, but Shadow didn't double tap. So
that's true. Yeah.
We were led to believe he was dead.
We were shown a body, but we weren't shown a flat line. So
yeah, exactly.
And Sonic's sitting by Tom's side going, "Tom, please wake up." Really sad. And Shadow remembers doing that with Maria when she died. And then goes, "No, I'm right. There's no way I'm not." And takes the keys and gets out of there. And then Sonic decides that he's going to be serious for the rest of the movie from that point on.
Character growth.
And then the Robotniks are like, "Welcome to the Space Colony Ark. We're going to bring it out of London right now into space." And that's...
Yeah, you forgot to mention earlier that he got his freedom by giving them his... Didn't you leave that part out? He gave them the plans to the Star Destroyer, and he got his freedom?
Yeah.
And then, of course, they built it. Exactly like he planned them to.
As you should.
Of course.
Just in case.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, just in case you need to blow up a planet.
Yeah. And they pilot it into space. And then Sonic has a very serious moment with Knuckles where he goes, "Hey, I know we promised never to use the Master Emerald for anything unless it was like absolutely the last option for anything, and I need to know where it is." And Knuckles goes, "Absolutely not. That's not what we agreed upon." And then they look like they're going to fight. And then Knuckles has a character growth moment where he goes, "But also part of our agreement was to always trust each other, so I'm going to trust that you're going to do the right thing."
He gives him a hug.
And gives him a hug. He says, "But I will warn you, wherever the Master Emerald is being guarded, a powerful warrior is guarding it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to get past him." It's just Wade.
Oh, no.
Wade's playing hockey with the Master Emerald.
Oh, no, that guy? The guy that I didn't like that in the previous episode, I said I hope I never see that guy again.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Boom, he's back.
For like 5 seconds. Sonic, boom,
5
he's
seconds
back.
too many, if you ask me.
And and Sonic goes, "Give me the Master Emerald, Wade." And he goes, "All right, but I have to warn you, I'm not allowed to give it to you, so you're gonna have to take it from me." And then he takes from him and he goes, "Well, I did what I could." And then Sonic goes supersonic and goes to beat up. No, actually, like just smashes straight through the arc to tackle Shadow into space, and starts beating the shit out of Shadow. And then Shadow also touches the emerald.
Well, so they're going at it with each other for a bit, and then at some point, so it's funny because Shadow is definitely still contending with Supersonic,
Yeah.
and at one point he knocks the
He punches him very
punches
hard.
the emerald
And then
out of
he
him.
gets
like
the
Knuckles
super-
did to Robotnik in 2, and instead of coins falling out or rings, Chaos Emeralds.
The emeralds came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So,
Shadow gets
Knuckle-
them.
So
No, remember they
Shadow-
both run up to it.
Oh yeah.
They both touch it, and
Yeah,
then they
at the
both
same time.
start
And
going
they
at
start beating the shit out of each other.
it. The supers.
And then they end up on the moon, where Shadow goes.
Wait.
Oh no, they
Sonic,
have a little thing before that.
Yeah, but Sonic literally punches Shadow to the moon.
Yeah, where it's after Shadow was like, I bet you're here without your friends because they were trying to tell you that this was a bad idea, but you chose vengeance instead. Welcome to being me. You're basically me now.
I'm going to interrupt this because I want to make a point that fight scene between them, like while they were on Earth and all super Sonic, super hedgehogged, was really cool.
Oh, very
Like,
cool.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal,
dude.
too.
Like the kind of fight scenes that you want to see in, like, I don't know, like your
it's
DC or
it's
Marvel
like a top
movies.
5 fight.
Oh, for sure, it's fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a anime fight in
Oh yeah,
in a
it's really
a
cool.
live action movie.
And honestly, like I guess sound design or Foley, more like it, I guess, just felt like you could feel every hit.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it
pu-
was
yeah.
so good. And you could also see clearly what was happening.
which
Which is such a problem in a lot of even anime and things
Yeah.
like that. Like a lot of the times they just do the fast little lines and they're just like, but you could see every little hit that they were doing. Oh, it looked awesome.
Yeah, the hand-to-hand stuff,
Yeah.
the scale of, like, their power was very clear. They were punching each other through mountains, and like it was incredible. When I watched it, I was like, this is the kind of stuff that I wish, we got more of, like, when it comes to the crazy things. Like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves about, like Star Wars movies is you have this force that you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with, but we don't get to see anything like that. Like, show me something cool with it. Like, instead of just you force pulled your lightsaber to yourself. Like, I want to, like, dude, crush the side of a freaking starship, or, you know what I mean? Or blow a hole open, and make your presence known with the force. You know what I mean? There's lots of cool stuff in, like, the extra canon stuff, or like the games, or where like they're just pulling a starship to themselves.
That was something completely side conversation. That while I didn't like the last two of the most recent Star Wars movies, I did like that they began exploring that, because like you said, the extended canon, everything, the video games, the Force is something that's, like, you can do so much with.
Yeah.
But the movies only.
What's that Russian guy who did the animated one of the Clone Wars? He did Primal. You know what I'm talking about? He animated like Clone Wars stuff for Star Wars. But there's one where Mace Windu literally pulls all the bolts out of the droid. He like crushes them up with the Force. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Yeah, yeah.
So you haven't seen that, but I'll show you after this. I'll look it up on YouTube.
Anyway.
Speaking of YouTube, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Sorry, I was thinking about Sonic.
Look at him. Look at him. He loves it. He loves Sonic. What are you, some kind of nerd?
Roll in at the speed of sound, quick as hedgehog go around. That's what plays in my brain 24/7.
So the Supersonics are
Yeah,
fine.
and then he gets punched to the moon, and then they have a heart-to-heart where Shadow is like...
The talk no jutsu finally
Yeah, Shadow
settled in.
Shadow sits there and is like, the last time I got to sit in front of the stars was with Maria. How did you get past like your mom dying? And Sonic goes, I never did. But the thing that keeps me going is remembering that the love that I had for them was more like feels better than any pain that I have from them being gone or some shit like that.
Which is a callback to Sonic 2 because the love was real, even though the wedding was fake.
Yes.
Which is a callback to the Hobbit final movie. When that's a dumb joke. Never mind.
Which is also a callback to Sonic Adventure 1, where Amy goes, "There you are, Sonic. There's no way you're gonna keep me from marrying you now." No, that's Sonic Heroes. I'm a fake fan. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, that was a callback to what you said to me before the podcast started.
Hey-oh, it all comes full circle.
Speaking of circles,
and then y'all made out.
And then Shadow goes, "I just didn't feel like I had any other choice." And Sonic goes, "You always have a choice." And then they fucking dab each other up and turn supersonic, and Live and Learn plays. And I lose my mind because it's so
did
cool.
You stand up and cheer? I felt like you wanted to.
I actually screamed.
Yeah.
And everyone got up and clapped.
Yeah. And then
Sonic
Sonic goes,
carried Michael out of the
and then
movie
Sonic
theater.
goes, "Gotta go fast." And Shadow said, "Don't tell me you have a catchphrase." And he goes, "I do," and everybody loves it. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Live and learn.
And then they beat the shit out of a bunch of robots in space, and it's fucking awesome.
Which also looked phenomenal.
Yeah, very good.
Like-
Seriously.
And then they do
The visuals
thing,
were great.
And then they do the thing that they did in Sonic Adventure 2, where the Ark starts shooting a beam off into the Earth, and they just hold it
With their
push it back. Except instead of Chaos controlling the Ark in a different place, the Eggman has a moment with Tails where they're trying to pull the
I forgot that's
pull
what
the beam in
happens
a different
in the
direction.
Game. Man, I need to replay the game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And
then
so
they
they
cut the-
move it to a different direction. Sonic starts falling back to Earth because, it's a lot of energy that they're trying to expend here. Shadow's just
he can handle it.
Shadow's just kind of
He's
there.
literally him.
Shadow
He
literally is the ultimate life force.
He
stays in supersonic mode, super hedgehog mode.
Just like Sonic Adventure 2, they cut a massive chunk out of the moon with the beam. And then Shadow goes, "Hey, we got to stop this thing." Tails and Knuckles go and save Sonic from crashing into the Earth like Shadow did at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, I don't know how they're gonna get this thing going. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does Shadow crash back into Earth and then be met with the devil who goes, "Hey, Shadow, you want to learn about your past?
Show me your toes.
Show me your toes. I'll give you a gun if you show me your toes."
Promise?
It works. And then we get Jim Carrey's big moment where he's like, "I gotta stop this reactor from going off so that Shadow can push the space station away from the Earth," which is crazy. All by himself, he is him.
He is
absolutely
him.
the
He is
truth.
him. There's no doubt about that. It's not a
And
discussion.
Eggman puts up a couple of shields and then goes live on Twitch and goes, "Hey, Stone, if you're watching this, I always loved you. You were always my favorite lover. This has been a drag. Bye." Which is baller for a last line, allegedly. They definitely did that so that if he doesn't re-up his contract, he can have like a good moment out. But the world is saved by everybody. just like Sonic Adventure 2. They all did it together.
You did skip past Gerald Robotnik being literally
the Scorpion King.
just fucking destroyed.
Oh,
He
you want to
just
know
gets-
why? I actually do need to rewatch the movie because something had happened right beforehand, and I had turned to say something to Sybil right as that moment happened, and I watched Lorenzo lose his fucking mind.
It was so goofy, but like he just gets knocked into the
the whirly thing.
whirling energy and just
Yeah.
just completely dissipates into non-existence.
Hell yeah. Just like Sonic Adventure 2.
Which remind me. In Sonic Adventure 2, he is dead, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
It's like everything was
like,
pre-planned.
Yeah,
and
he
pre-programmed.
He set the codes up so
Yeah.
that one of his kids. Or
That's what
grandkids
I
would
thought. I
eventually,
couldn't
like
remember.
put
exactly.
everything in, and then it plays his. Which is crazy because in the game, what happens is he goes, "Humanity has taken everything from me, and now I'll take everything from it." And then in the background here, is that all? Is that your final words? Okay, get him. Because they're like Al Qaeda videoing him in his last moments. What are they going to do? Put the video in the program for him? What's happening?
Damn, actually, yeah, I didn't. I never
What
thought.
is that?
My brain never questioned that. I was always just like, yeah, that makes sense. It didn't even like become a question.
Yes.
Dang.
So yeah, the world's saved, and then there's a post-credit scene where we get Metal Sonic and Amy. Spoilers.
Well, they do another race. So
Yeah, they
full
do
circle
another-
Oh, they do
Yeah.
another race.
because
Sonic wins.
Sonic goes a little too far
goes too
towards
far.
New York City.
and then he gets surrounded by a bunch of Metal Sonics.
And they all
Canonically,
throw
that's what they're
ass.
called, is Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And then some cloaked figure with this hammer shows up, and it's Amy Rose. And then there's another
everybody
post-credit
cheered.
scene where Shadow isn't dead. That's pretty much it.
And then there's another post-credit screen
With Black Doom.
where Rouge
Asking-
appears.
And she's got big naturals.
Where's the censor button?
Oh no, you're gonna have to bleep that one.
They make them bigger every time, too. It's crazy. That's not even a joke. They do that for the games. It's stupid.
No way, do they really? You know what's
Every
funny?
time.
I remember you mentioning the physics,
Yeah.
and it's
There's
crazy
no
because I
reason.
don't remember. I remember the ears,
Yeah.
her ears kind of wiggling.
And then in the same velocity and tempo,
Yeah, I don't
her
remember.
entire chest is moving.
Uh,
It's actually ridiculous, Travis.
And you said this is for kids.
Yes.
well, it's rated T. No, it is rated
It's
E.
rated E10.
Whoa. So 10-year-olds, of course,
Yeah.
they get it. Sorry, guys, I'm killing myself now.
All right. We're playing the game. What was the
Yeah,
budget?
all
What's
right.
the budget
Yeah,
for this
fun-
movie?
Fun facts about the show, about the movie.
Do you guys remember what the last one was? It was 110 million was what the last one was to make. And a 74 million box office first weekend, and then 400 total, but we're not done with the box office for this one, so that one won't be a part of it. So how much did it cost to make this one?
163.
1 mil.
1 million.
I'm gonna say it looked so good. 200 mil.
Oh,
You will both be surprised that it was 122 million. It was
What?
11 million more than the last movie.
Yo, they must have
cooking.
that shit on lock.
They're cooking.
Oh my gosh.
bravo.
Box office opening weekend. Remember, Sonic 2's was 74 million. What do you think this one did this last weekend?
Oh, it had to do at least 500.
Well, it definitely destroyed. What was it? The Lion King movie that came
It
out.
did,
Because
but
they
I
made an
did
article
also
about
tell
it.
you the number on Friday where they were at.
I'm gonna say,
Which
I'm gonna
actually,
say 90,
this
I'm gonna
might
say
actually
91.
not be accurate then. This might not be accurate because they might not have updated it.
Yeah, because you got to factor in today,
Yeah,
which we should go add to that
so that makes
after
sense.
this.
You're absolutely correct.
Well,
It's a
for what
necessity.
you're showing, then I'm gonna say just 91.
Okay,
I'm gonna say 110.
64.
Oh, okay.
But if you remember when I told you, I'm pretty sure that's the same number that it was Saturday morning.
Oh, so they haven't updated.
So I don't think they've updated it yet. I was gonna say, isn't it crazy that it's made less? There's no way. There's no way it's making less than Sonic 2.
So that was when you.
It was Saturday morning when I was like, let's look at the box office numbers.
So let's just say another day.
Yeah.
It probably doubled.
Oh, for sure. So it's probably over 100.
Sorry,
Easy.
guys, if y'all heard me burp, sorry.
It's okay.
And
I
if
do
you
it all the
didn't,
time.
Now you know he did because he said he did.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. He also shit his pants earlier. But
No,
we're not.
please.
Well, only we can
Stop.
smell that, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's why we've been trying to rush the ending here. It's starting to,
That's why
it's
this
starting to
is
get
the
bad.
It's
longest
starting to
one.
thicken up the room a little bit.
Yeah, the air feels heavy.
Yeah, my shit be heavy,
It feels thick.
So
Is this
yeah, you know what? Let's call it.
arbitrary
let's call it.
rating
What do you,
time?
what do you wanna call
Guys,
it?
I really like this one. This one is absolutely rewatchable. I would go so far as to say I
Would
would
you
own
rewatch it in theaters?
I would rewatch it in theaters. I would eventually own it. To be honest with you, I liked
it's
it that
pretty
much.
good.
I liked it that much.
Steven?
So honestly, I'm down to go watch it right after this. Like dead ass. I'm down
very
to
good.
pull
It's
it.
very good.
Uh,
We love this movie.
I would definitely own all three because of this one. Like,
You've got to get the set.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Gotcha.
which at this point I shouldn't. I should just wait because there's definitely a fourth one coming.
I like this one so much that I'm upset they're making a fourth.
Oh, you would have rather they.
I
leave
think
it
that
as a
they should have
trilogy
left
and
it
be
as
done.
the perfect trilogy that it is, and not tarnish the
Yeah,
name.
I feel you a little bit on that because it does start to. How long can they keep up the magic?
I mean,
you
there's a
know what
lot of source material for Sonic.
Yeah,
like
you've
they
gone
could
through, like, half of it.
absolutely.
There's a
Over the
lot
last
of
two
original
videos.
content.
They could absolutely keep going for a little bit and have it still be kind of interesting, but at some point it's going to be like, okay, guys.
It's gonna go off the off.
Well,
off
I
the
mean,
rails.
even with the games, it after Sonic Adventure 2, it basically stopped being good.
Yeah, when are they going to make the movie about Sonic turning into a werewolf?
Sonic Curse of the Werehog. That's a thing. That happens.
I keep forgetting it's werehog.
Do you want to do you remember how he turned into a werewolf?
No, I've never played it. I just know of
He
it.
got captured by Eggman at the beginning of the game, and then Eggman shoots a bunch of Chaos Emerald energy into him, and into like some Aztecian temple where they're hiding a cryptid that's basically a massive werewolf, and it merges with Sonic's DNA. That's how it happens.
Where was Sonic
That's
Team?
Sonic-
What was Sonic Team on when they wrote
They
this?
said, hey, you know what Sonic's missing? Combat. And so they gave him arms.
That's Sonic 8, I think.
That might be Sonic 8. That's the Sonic 06 movie remake did not do well. Turns out people don't want to see an actual human woman kissing an anthropomorphic beast.
Well, B movie exists.
Oh, true.
Another movie
So
I've
does
never
Beauty and
seen.
the Beast.
Yeah. So put in the comments, guys. Do you think that the Sonic franchise is going to outlive or outrun the the Fast and the Furious franchise? They're both similar.
Oh my God!
That
it's
would
the
kind of
Fast-
be a
it's the
really
Fast
funny-
and the Furious.
Yeah, it's all about family. It's all about going fast. They're very similar in their
They're
goals.
gonna get Vin Diesel
Vin
to voice
Diesel is
Silver the
literally-
Hedgehog.
Ugh. Vin Diesel is literally just Sonic.
Yeah, family.
If going fast was caring about family, then yes, they would be the same
Yeah.
same exact person. That's what fuels Vin Diesel is family, and what fuels Sonic is going fast
Yes.
because he's gotta.
So Sonic 4 is I'm gonna call it now. Sonic 4 is gonna be the story to Sonic Heroes, and then Sonic 5 is going to be Sonic 06.
I thought the. Dang, I need to play Adventure 1, I guess. Isn't Metal Sonic in Adventure 1?
Yeah, but as like a not.
This is just like a reference.
It's like a
almost?
side character.
Oh,
It's
okay.
basically you get to play as Metal Sonic in Sonic's story,
Oh, okay.
which is why I think it's going to be Sonic Heroes. But I think you're right. I think that Sonic 5 could actually be Sonic Adventure because that story's a little bit
But
better.
chronologically, wait, are they in the same universe? Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many characters have yet to be introduced? Because that's how
So many.
that's how we can count. Because they introduce
got-
at least one or two every.
You got
at the
Cream
end
the
of it.
Rabbit. You got Big the Cat. You
got
can't forget Big the Cat.
Silver.
Hold on. I'm still going through Sonic Heroes.
Okay. Oh my God.
You've got.
Do we have enough time?
You've got Victor the Crocodile. You've got Charmy Bee. You've got Ezio the Chameleon.
The assassin.
Yeah, from from Assassin's Creed. Yeah, he's a chameleon. And then you've got Silver the Hedgehog. You got a couple of other villains like Chaos and Mephiles and Iblis. You got Elise the human that kisses Sonic back to life.
Just like Kylo did to Rey.
Yeah, like
In
Kylo
the worst
did to
movie I've
Rey.
ever seen.
There's a couple other iterations of Metal Sonic where there aren't Metal Sonic.
Rouge.
There's Rouge the Bat. You're correct. Forgot about Rouge. And then there's also Jet the Hawk from Sonic Riders. There's that kid from Sonic X who I don't remember the name of.
Nobody does.
There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of them.
So Sonic will outlast the Fast and Furious range.
Yeah,
franchise.
there's allegedly a season 2 of the Knuckles show, which they're going to introduce Knuckles Chaotix, which will have Charmy Bee, Vector the Crocodile, and Ezio.
Sonic can stick around for a long time. You've heard it here.
Sonic
Will be
and
movie.
Hedgehog for 100 more years. 100 years of Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm done with it now.
Yeah, that being said, thanks for hanging out with us. This was Sonic 3.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles. Sonic 3.
I waited the whole episode for that joke.
Sonic 3 Get Hedgehogged. That's the name of this one. And thanks for hanging out with us. We hope your day is everything you dreamed to be and more. And we'll catch you on the next one. Right, Sonic?
Gotta keep up. Hey, full-time MFers. You like this video? 'Cause we sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. If I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.